Achieving a large share of renewables in the energy system requires incentives and new market regulatory frameworks to support different actors in investing in the energy transition. The degree of acceptance of a coordinated investment plan depends on the relative benefits that each country will obtain, mainly under an economic viewpoint. By considering the current availability of country-specific natural and technical resources, we can analyze how a growth of capacity markets will contribute on a large share of generation and delivery of stable energy supply. We consider economic KPIs such as GDP, unemployment, and self-sufficiency to analyze whether a decarbonization policy might be accepted by all the European countries and which policies could be made to reduce power transmission from countries employing a large share of fossil fuels and the technical and economic effects on the other countries. We are soft linking the bottom-up Empire Power System model with the top-down REMES EU CG model to understand how different countries can participate in a EU-wide investment plan to achieve an effective green transition and remove possible obstacles to its development. The models mutually exchange information on the generation technology mix and the electricity demand. We have not yet analyzed the effect of capacity markets, but in preliminary analysis, we have been focusing on a scenario in which there will be a high level of renewables penetration and a strong European decarbonization policy leading to high carbon prices. Technological solutions to reduce emissions have become commercially viable and production has moved to a cleaner production standard. Extraction of fossil natural resources is gradually phased out. As a preliminary analysis, together with our colleague Thorsten Bührend at TU Berlin, we have studied the effects of technical change and CO2 budget reduction on both power and economic system. Our results show that while the tendency is an increase in renewable production in Europe, the effects on GDP are much more mild, with an initial increase and a flexion when the CO2 constraint becomes too strong. Some countries who rely heavily on fossil fuels will have to bear large expenditures in CO2 allowances, and albeit power prices are expected to decrease in general, those countries might experience an increase in power prices, which will decrease gains in the industry and the overall GDP.